Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's meal kit number 118 for September 15th to the 17th. Thanks so much for ordering this week, and thank you for letting us be a part of a special celebration at home. Um, we have a really simple but delicious meal for you tonight. This could be the shortest meal kit video of all time. I've gone ahead and got started a little bit. I get your oven up to 450 degrees, or if you're like me, 425 if it's a convection oven. Always take down about 25 degrees. Um, I've gone ahead and put our duck confit, which is cooked slowly overnight at Becta, and in the oven. You can either do it on a baking sheet with parchment paper, or what I prefer for easy cleanup and beautiful fat is in a cast iron pan. It's just the easiest thing to do, and that's what I've gone ahead and done. Cast iron pan, great to cook with. So that's been in the oven for about 12 minutes now, and it's going to take 15 minutes, and then you're going to broil it for the last 5 minutes. In the meantime, I've got the soup bubbling away here. We have a carrot miso soup, which is gorgeous fall soup. And we're going to top it off with some scallions and some pickled shiitake mushrooms. And then for our main course, we've also got some stomp. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly for all of you Eastern Europeans out there. That's my understanding of where it's from. It is basically a root vegetable mash. It's got some carrots and sweet potato and some celery root in there, a few other little special ingredients. Just make sure to give it a stir. And then we've got a pan here we're going to put to medium-high heat and preheat it. Non-stick pan would be great. We're going to do 1 tablespoon per person, half a tablespoon per person of a neutral oil, in my case, grapeseed oil. And we also want to do half a tablespoon per person, or 1 tablespoon for 2 people, of unsalted butter. So put that in there, and as soon as the butter melts, we're going to throw our green beans in there. All right, so the soup is nice and bubbly, so I'm going to turn that way down. This carrot soup, especially Rich's carrot miso soup, holds the heat really well. So we don't have to worry about that at all, being nice and hot. I have a bit of a confession tonight. I am not going to be eating this meal tonight because I'm actually going for dinner with a bunch of friends at Becta as well. So I'm recording the meal kit video in the afternoon. My son is going to eat this. My wife is away with some friends of hers. So I'm going to eat this for leftovers tomorrow, which I'm very excited by. But we want to do the video for you, take some pictures, make sure to get it up on social media and in our newsletter. Okay, so our pan is ready. The butter is melted. So we're going to saute these green beans for about 4 minutes, and then we're going to add a couple more ingredients to it. So medium-high heat, and we can season it near the end. I'm going to keep stirring the stump. Until the duck is ready to go on to broil, let me tell you about the wines that we've got going on. So for the carrot miso soup, we have an introvert Chardonnay. Now this is a blend of Chardonnay grapes from the Sonoma coast, or the Sonoma County area, and brought in by one of our favorite distributors, Crew Vineyards. Hey Google, off. Okay, I'm going to pause there, and we're going to put this on broil and start it up. I'm going to turn the stump down just a little bit. I don't want to overcook it now that it is nice and warm. And we're going to season this with salt and pepper just before we plate it, by the way. Oh yeah, so let's go back to this delicious Chardonnay. It's a big, fat, rich Chardonnay. It's not too creamy, not too much of the batonnage to give it that creaminess, but it's just got beautiful tropical fruit flavors. It'll play off really nicely all the savory umami flavors that the soup has going on. Don't forget to saute your green beans. Turn that up just a notch. Okay, and I guess we can go ahead and plate dessert. Very important, make sure to pull it out ahead of time and warm it up. Bring all the ingredients to room temperature. We have a tres leche cake, and very simple to plate. This is a wonderful cream and milk-based cake. And let me get the right spoon for this. It means a little stir. Got our homemade whipped cream. Try to get it right on top. And then we've got some beautiful berries, end of the season. We've got Rito Pines Farm, does a lot of local raspberries and strawberries. They've got a bunch of different crops for it. Let me see if I can make it look pretty on top. And the blueberries are coming from BC at this point in the season, which I'm very excited by. Give that a little stir. Okay. There, it's a lovely tres leche cake with the late summer berries. Very excited. Actually, my son is going to probably eat all of that before I get home. All right, so before I forget, why don't I go ahead and season up the green beans. This amount of salt and pepper. And by the way, when you were broiling the duck, I forgot to put a timer on, so I'm going to just have to guess when 5 minutes is up, or we can just look and see when the skin is nice and crispy. Down just a notch. You want to put some salt, and if you have some coarse ground pepper, or some coarse salt, I'm sorry, and ground pepper on there as soon as it comes out of the oven, because then it'll stick really well. Okay, now we can go ahead and plate the soup. This is quite a bit, especially because I'm going to be having it for leftovers tomorrow. It seems almost sacrilegious to plate it up, but again, I really want you guys to see it. And our fans on social media and our newsletter and the site. Keep tossing the green beans. So scallions first. Gives it a really nice texture and a little bite, which you want. Try to make sure that they're spread all around, not on the rim. And then we've got our pickled shiitakes. I would sort of do these individually. I think we're going to bump up the amount of shiitakes that we have in here. And don't put the pickling liquid in there, because that's going to be really sour. So make sure not to do that. Okay, I think it's been 4 minutes on my green beans. So I'm going to throw the pickled shallots in there. You can put the pickling liquid in there. And our toasted almonds. And I might need non-stick tongs just to mix up the shallots so it's not all in one place. And the almonds as well. Uh-oh, runaway green bean. Get that back in there. Okay, I'm going to turn that off at this point. See how our duck's doing? Oh yeah, that's interesting. I think good. I'm just going to move it to the top for 1 second, but I've turned the oven off so it won't be too much. And by the way, I forgot to show you the soup. There's our lovely carrot miso soup with the scallions and the pickled shiitakes. Let's see how we're going to plate this. I think the stump goes down first. Yep. The green beans a try. And by the way, the red wine pairing tonight is one of my favorites. It is a lighter red, very bright and vibrant, and it has a nice herbal component to it as well that goes great with the green chermoula. There's a lot of stump in here. Okay, there we go. Green beans are going to be next on top. Try to spread them out so that they can be on either side. And then don't forget all of those wonderful nuts and pickled shallots. Go right in there. And next up is our duck. So we've got an interesting one here. In fact, we've got the crispy skin that is sort of bubbling up. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Use our tongs. It may stick a little bit if you're not using parchment paper, or even if you are using parchment paper, and that's okay. Try to make this look super pretty. And there's a little bit of extra duck in there, which I'm going to give to my son here. He loves the duck confit. And like I said before, get some salt and pepper on there right away so that it sticks nicely. And feel free to be generous with that. I'll throw a little extra on the stump because I forgot to season it extra. It should be pretty well seasoned, but you may want to add a little bit of salt and pepper. And then the piece de resistance, as they say, is the green chermoula. And this is a wonderful, bright, vibrant, tangy sauce. The best way to do it is just drag your spoon through the back end of it. Gorgeous. So there's our lovely duck confit with the green beans, the stump, the pickled shallots, the toasted almonds, and the green chermoula. And now I get to try the Gamay Noir from Broken Stone. Beautiful with duck confit. I hope you love your meal. Thank you very much for ordering. And I really hope we get to cook and curate for you again very soon.